One island left. One quest between me and the end of RuneScape in Minecraft. Let's go slay a dragon. Lights, camera, action. We're in the Champions Guild, and this guy, an overly enthusiastic chestplate guru, starts monologuing like we haven't just fought 99% of all quests. We find out these rune chestplates are exclusive. We need to prove we are worthy, through a test. Of course, he doesn't know what this test involves, but gladly refers us to the rune armor dealer who does. Flying? Whoa, what the? I just want to talk to Oziak, not a flying embryo. So we head north to find Oziak, owner of the smallest shop on the continent and entirely filled with spite. He's always sending you fancy pants heroes up to bother me. I do have fancy pants, gentlemen. He's so fed up with heroes showing up, and now we're just the next fancy pants on his lawn. Except we're wearing a skirt. Don't judge me, the thing has the best defense stats I own. To get rid of me, he drops a casual mission. Slay the ancient dragon Elvarg, yeah, the one who wiped out an entire civilization, who lives inside a massive volcano. Fantastic! Talk about someone who suffers from success. We would think that having more customers would be good for this Oz fellow. Instead, he sends his best ones to fight in a volcano. We head back to the guildmaster for help, and he's rather surprised. He thought we had fancy pants. No, I'm just kidding. The guy straight up basically says, yeah, she's real, sucks to suck, good luck. Unfortunately, we don't have the riz of a donkey, so Elvarg's fire breath will eat me alive without preparation. This includes grabbing an anti-dragon shield, the map to the dragon, which lives in Crandor, and delicious healthy food. Oh, if it was just that easy. Thus begins step 1, finding the survivors of the last Crandor expedition. First stop, Melzar. And apparently he locked himself in a monster maze. Why? Who knows. Closest we can guess, he caught Stockholm Syndrome for dragons, couldn't find one, and settled for a low-level horde instead. Quantity over quality, you know? We enter the literal maze. Surprisingly, it follows RuneScape pretty closely. Well done to the quest builders for the pixel-accurate maze. We go through the special doors, mobs, and reach Melzar. As expected, he is a little off his rocker. Melzar, why did you get mad? You were a survivor from the dragon. You need to feed your pet rock. Okay, Melzar. Unfortunately, no time for group therapy. We fight, then we fight his pet demon. The demon could maybe be the one who corrupted him? I don't know. Finally, we escape the maze with 1/3 of the map. 1 down, 2 to go. The next piece lies buried with its former owner. That makes 2 out of 3 who didn't survive. Not exactly a reassuring trend. An oracle guards the path to the tomb, living at the top of an ice mountain, and a fun difference emerges. RuneScape has the same oracle, but the required items are an unfired bull, wizard mind bomb, lobster cage, and silk. CraftScape has the oracle be more proactive. We still need an adult drink, not the wizard's mind bomb though, a lobster cage, and string. But the oracle actually gives us the unfired bull. Very efficient, thank you, oracle. We hand over the items at the tomb buried in the dwarven mines. The door opens, and instead of a swim, we're jumping across rocks because in this game, getting wet's basically forbidden. We retrieve the second map piece from the second, quote-unquote, survivor's grave. Only one more map piece until that dragon head can be ours. The final piece we learn has another unfortunate premise. The last survivor, if we can even call him that, was mugged so hard by goblins he died. Amazing. We show up at the goblin camp to begin map negotiations. Now quick side note, this is where my recording decided to die, boo-hoo. Perfect timing, right at the final quest, right? Turns out the software thought it was recording, but when I went to save it, everything past this point was gone. So the rest of the footage will be post-recorded. Thankfully, I reached out to the server owner, Scipio, and got access to the final cinematic clips. Huge shout out to CraftScape for that. What you'll see from here on will still match the quest. It just won't be my live run, unfortunately. But yeah, everything happened exactly as you'll see. Please trust me on this one. The Goblin General. Goblin General, you gotta stop being like a basketball dude, man. In other news, we learned at the camp that some goblin named Wormbrain has the map piece. Oh, awesome, we can just talk to him at the camp. Not so fast, he went to jail. Talk about a worm brain. In RuneScape, players get two options. Use magic to grab the map piece after slaying Wormbrain, or pay him a bribe of 10,000 gold. In CraftScape? Nah, Wormbrain has plot protection. Even though he's chilling in an open room, there are sadly no attack options, so the only way to get the third map piece here will be to bribe him with the 10,000 gold. Hence, we reluctantly give this Wormbrain 90% of our net worth in gold. Map assembled, and an anti-dragon shield acquired from the Duke at Lumbridge. The dude hears us say dragon and just hands it over. He respects us for doing it. You may have thought I forgot, but at the beginning I said this was clever because they're using red wool for the apples on this apple tree. At the time I was not level 50 farming, but now I am. So we're back, remember? Yeah, I'm getting it, look at that. This exact tree, this exact apple. Get wrecked, Snow White. There we go. Backstory resolved. Yeah, I know none of you cared, but I cared. I said I would do it, and I did. This apple's gonna help us beat a dragon. Gonna help us beat a dragon the second time. Now we're ready. We find a sailor insane enough to take us. CraftScape at this point in the quest wants 100 oak logs instead of the construction gear RuneScape requires. Done, my desperate sailor friend. Let's go sail to a volcano. Upon the waters, Elvarg appears, and, she either does yoga now, or maybe her ribcage acts like a slinky. Either way, she rudely wrecks our boat instantly, and we wash up on the beach. It's go time. The original first attempt didn't go so great. We ran out of food, prayer, and everything we had. Almost 70% through the fight. Talk about a slow and painful death, man. Luckily, CraftScape kindly leaves our tombstone outside the entrance to the boss. Back to square one, we ponder intensely. No training montage, no time for that. And definitely no more grinding, this is the last quest. But a memory pops up. In the wilderness, there's a bandit camp. I've got some solid memories here from RuneScape, what we called banditeering at the time, living out among the bandits. Though this time in Minecraft, we go and find the cook. He offers stat-boosting, health-filling, and delicious full pizzas. We originally bought all that we could, with only 3 gold coins remaining. We re-gear and head back to that volcano. With determination, we look into Elvarg's eyes in this incredible chamber. The chamber filled with lava, lighting, and fire. Unlike RuneScape's version, the room we are in burns literally. No idea if the fire hurts me in Minecraft, but we are not stopping to check. Somewhere mid-fight between the fire breath and the panic clicking, we reminisce. The entire journey, we think about the catacombs where it began. Training for the Fremnik trials. So much fishing. Saving princes and baby kittens. Every ghost we helped, and the weirdo who tormented his father. So many quests filled our brain. We didn't fight this dragon to burn. Elvarg roars. We take a hit. We slash. Have prayer activated and eat our pizza, slowly draining our supply. But finally, we land the final hit. The dragon head standing as a trophy of our victory. I just wanted the dragon to be humiliated as we beat him up. We bring the head back to Oziek. He takes one look and finally shuts up about fancy pants. We earn our rune chestplate, and more importantly, the quest list was completed. And that completes Dragon Slayer. That was the last quest on our Ironman journey to complete every quest in CraftScape. Thank you so much for joining the action on this journey. To watch the full series, check out the RuneScape and Minecraft playlist on the TMOA channel. We have one more being released next week detailing the full CraftScape journey, so stay tuned. As always, feel free to support the channel however you think I deserve. Some options include joining the TMOA Discord, click-clacking that subscribe button, and becoming a player of action in this goofy and wholesome community. And with that, bye.